Hey everyone, it's Kale from Path to Pinnacle Club, and today I'm going to do a video about room types, cabins, staterooms, and what the pros and cons are of different category types on cabins across Royal Caribbean ships. So I've experienced staying in interiors, ocean views, different types of balconies, junior suites, and just want to go over a list of the differences and why you might choose one room category over the other. So let's get right into it. First of all, we have the price. Interior cabins are going to be the cheapest almost always. Sometimes there's price dislocations depending on availability. This actually happens a lot more with ocean view to balcony. Sometimes ocean view will cost more than balcony. There's usually a lot more balcony cabins than ocean views. But in general, interior is the cheapest, then ocean view, then balcony, then your suites. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're not in the room that much, it doesn't matter too much. As you can see right now, I've got natural light from the balcony cabin I'm in. A lot of people really like the natural light, but other people like to sleep in late. If you go to bed super late and you want to sleep in, the interior cabins actually, in my experience, have the most restful sleep. It's like super dark. It's usually super quiet. But price, it's usually pretty straightforward. Interior is going to be the cheapest. Sometimes balconies can cost as much as twice as much, sometimes even more. It depends on the cruise. So if the balcony is only slightly more than the interior and it's important to you, that might be a great opportunity. If they're way spread apart, you have to decide what is important to you for your budget, for what you're going to use the room for. Next, that ties kind of into function, which is number 2. So exactly, what are you using the room for? Is it just where you're going to sleep at night? Again, I think there's more restful sleep in an interior room. Are you going to be hanging out on your balcony all day reading? Are you going to be having meals on your balcony? Are you going to get room service delivered? Are you going to be sharing the room with other people? Balcony rooms tend to be slightly larger. Suite rooms obviously are the largest. So junior suites are larger than balconies. They even come with a larger bathroom that includes a tub. So if you want more bathroom space, a suite is going to be the best. The interior will generally be the smallest, both in room and bathroom and everything else. Most of the bathrooms for interior through balcony are about the same size, but that's something to keep in mind. So the function, what you're going to be, are you going to be hanging out in the room, or are you just getting changed, going to the bathroom, getting dressed, and leaving? So that will depend on which is more right for you. Next, we're going to talk about location. So throughout the ships, and it'll depend on class, the class of ship within the Royal Caribbean fleet, but balcony rooms are generally on the outside of the ship. Those are what are called ocean view balcony rooms. They're facing the ocean. On Oasis class, there are balconies that face inward on the ship as well. So any of the interior balconies that face towards, they're called neighborhood balconies, but towards Central Park. So on decks 9 through 14 on Oasis class ships, facing inwards in Central Park. Also at the aft of the ship on Oasis class ships, facing inward for the balcony cabins that are boardwalk balconies over the Aqua Show area, over the what's called the boardwalk neighborhood, over the carousel, things like that. Much noisier than Central Park would be, and both are noisier than ocean view when you're just facing the ocean. So location. Also keep in mind that there isn't supposed to be smoking on these balconies, but realistically, in my experience, people smoke on their balconies. They're not supposed to. It's a big fire hazard. It obviously disturbs other guests as well, but just something to keep in mind. You might pay extra to hang out on your balcony, and you might have it, disrupted by smoking coming from up. That's just been my experience recently. It's just something to keep in mind. And so there's also location throughout the ship. So obviously in the different neighborhoods, like I was saying, but for interiors, sometimes they only have them available on the front of the ship. Like on Oasis class, there aren't that many interiors because there's so many different types of balconies. Suites, it's much more limited. They only have them on certain parts of the ship. So if you like midship, a lot of suites midship. If you like to be in a certain area of the ship, say you like to be towards a certain bar or a certain, or towards, let's say you're in a party with multiple people, you want to be close there, have an interior room, and you have a suite, you might not have much flexibility about if you guys can be close to each other. So location can be more limited on suites and things like that. Interiors as well. Balconies you can generally find on all parts of the ship. It's a very popular class of stateroom. And then we're going to talk about amenities as well. So Like I mentioned before, interior is going to be your smallest room. Suites are going to be your largest room. Now, beginning at junior suites and above, you also get additional amenities. You'll get nicer coffee in the room. You'll get access to robes. You'll have a nicer bathroom. You'll have premium bathroom amenities. You'll also get service twice a day instead of down to once a day if that's important for you. So you'll get morning and evening service if you're in a suite. You'll also get double Crown and Anchor points. So you'll get credit for sailing pretty much effectively twice as long if you stay in a suite. So if you want to beef up your Crown and Anchor points, or you don't cruise that often, you want to move up in loyalty, aside from cruising solo, cruising in a suite or higher and will get you double points. And that even begins at a junior suite, which is basically just a larger balcony with a nicer bathroom and a tub and a few extra amenities. So final thoughts, without this video going on way too long, there are trade-offs, obviously pros and cons, price, function, location, things like that. If it were me and I were booking a cruise for the first time, I would compare the prices of those different types of things, see the location on the ship that you're booking, because like I said, I like to sometimes be on deck 8 on Oasis class ships, so I'm close to Central Park, Park Cafe, stuff like that. So I'm doing an interior, I'll do it on the front. If I'd like to do a balcony, I like to do it kind of in the midship. So keep these things in mind based on what ship you're going on, where you want to be, if there's anyone else in your party, or there's places that you want to spend time. Look at what would be available there, and also check price dislocations. Sometimes ocean views can be insanely expensive, and sometimes they can be really cheap. A lot of times ocean views are on the deck 3 on Oasis class ships. Do you like to be all the way down on deck 3 when the pool deck's on deck 15, 16? These are all things to consider for just having a little porthole down there. There's also a lot of noise that comes with balcony cabins. Again, there's a lot of strikes against balcony cabins that I've been experiencing recently. It's nice to have a balcony cabin, but a lot of maintenance that goes on is on the balconies, and when they're hammering and they're drilling, it penetrates into the rooms really loudly. Interiors are much more quiet. But these are all things you have to consider. Does it matter? Am I even going to be in my room much? Stuff like that. So, in summation here, price, function, location, amenities, all of these things vary. I would look into the specific ship and sailing you want to do, see who else is traveling with you, see if you guys get close together, see realistically where you're going to spend your time on the ship, and you want to have a cabin that's both comfortable for the amenities and what you want in there, but also is a close walk and an easy jaunt over to the places where you want to spend most of your cruise vacation and enjoy your time. So thank you so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, please consider liking it, sharing it with anyone that you think might also find it interesting or helpful, and thank you so much for those who've been along for the ride. And I'll see you all in the next one.